Good evening, everyone. A lot of snow, warming temperatures, and a lot of rain. Those are all ingredients for potential flooding. Today, Local News 8's Misty Englert checked in with the Pocatello Street Department to see what they're doing to prepare. And she's live now in our Pocatello newsroom. Misty.
Thanks, Jay. So right now the city says that they're just trying to be proactive. It wants to be prepared in case the worst happens. With more and more water accumulating on roads, the city says all its crews are out uncovering drains. They're also cutting ice out of curb lines and putting down sand where they can. But some areas are tough for crews to clear.
We've also got issues where we had roads that had a little bit of a snow floor, and we've gotten water on top of that snow floor, and it's made it very slick. A lot of those, there's really not a lot we can do about that because the water's too deep for sand or salt to work. So we're trying to plow it to try and cut that back a little bit.
So why are storms like these potentially more hazardous than others?
We call these events a rain on snow event, and what makes this draw attention is when we get heavy rains where we live in a valley and the ground is frozen, the rain can't soak into the ground, so it runs downhill.
Because of the potential for flooding, other city departments are prepping too. Others, including the fire department, met Monday morning to talk planning. A big focus was emergency response.
The Emergency Operations Center has been set up just in case things go real crazy, and then we're hoping that it doesn't.
Chief Gates says to keep water out of homes and basements, you can build a wall of sandbags to stop the water. Or you can even use Mother Nature.
Honestly, the snow actually makes a great dike. If you have a bunch of snow on your property and you want to redirect water flow, big piles of snow actually do a pretty good job.
Now, if you see any drains or anything else that has a problem and is not working properly, Street Operations says just give them a call and let them know so that they're aware of it. And I've put contact information on how you can get a hold of them on our website, localnews8.com. Live in the Pocatello newsroom, I'm Misty Englert.
Thank you, Misty. You can also pick up sandbags at the street department if you need those. Idaho Falls crews are working to clear the slush from the main roads and say when it comes to flooding and drainage issues, some standing water should be expected, but you have or you see major drainage issues reported to the city. During business hours, you should call them at 208-612-8108 and after hours at 612-8430. Today we also asked the city where we stand on the cost of moving all this snow so far this year. They told us that the final budget numbers are not in, but the city has spent just over $400,000 on contracted work over a 3-week time frame. They also say that the city's street department has been working 12-hour shifts for more than 2 weeks, so there will be additional overtime costs. Now, to see if those street crews will get a break anytime soon, let's check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Michael Coates. Michael.
Well, Jay, we have a flood warning going until tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a reissuance of flood advisories or flood warnings here, because we're looking to see more rain and snow showers heading in through tomorrow and then again into Wednesday. It's going to be a messy couple of days, and we're seeing the snow coming to an end right now in the Snake River Plain, but more wet weather waiting in the wings. We're getting some snow tonight, getting back to Bear Lake, Caribou County. Also a little bit of some snow coming out of central Idaho, pushing through Clark County right now on First Alert Viper radar. Idaho Falls at this hour at 34 degrees, winds out of the southwest at 23 miles an hour. It's that southern wind which has really put some warmer air into our atmosphere, and that's elevated our temperature still above freezing at this hour in Blackfoot and Pocatello at 36 and 34, 28 in Salmon, 33 for Driggs, 34 in Malad, and the wind speeds are still going very strong. In fact, we're really not even too worried about a wind chill because it only feels like 22 outside. But tonight, lows are going to fall back into the mid-20s below freezing, looking for more winds out of the southwest. Scattered snow on tap here for tomorrow and Wednesday. Jay.
All right, thank you, Michael. The bill battles will soon begin at the Idaho State House in Boise. Today, the 2017 legislative session kicked off with the governor's State of the State address. For a man responsible for the whole state, Governor Otter focused a lot of his speech on eastern Idaho. Local News 8's Chris Oswalt is on the legislative watch with us. And Chris, what did they say?
Yeah, Jay, in his 11th State of the State address, Governor Otter addressed a lot of things. There was significant talk about money and education, but Otter discussed one very important topic to us here in eastern Idaho, the future of the Idaho National Laboratory. As one of the largest employers in eastern Idaho, the Idaho National Laboratory is critical to its local economy. Idaho Governor Butch Otter knows that, and he wants to expand on it.
We are not alone in our effort to build and improve Idaho's workforce.
During his State of the State address, Otter talked about the INL's work in cybersecurity. The third-term governor says work is already underway on a joint cyber lab approved by the voters last year. He's asking for more.
The State Board of Education and the Idaho National Lab and our universities are working to finance and build 2 world-class research facilities near the Center for Advanced Energy Studies in Idaho Falls.
Pointing to the cyber attack like the one against Idaho's Fish and Game online licensing system last year, Otter said now is the time to take the threat seriously, and this new facility would be the first step.
Make no mistake, we got off lucky last time. Cybercrime and even cyber warfare are very real and growing threats. The next hack here in Idaho could target more critical infrastructure, including our electrical grid, industrial control systems, military equipment, or even our own personal vehicles.
The new world-class facility would be financed and paid for by the state, but the INL would help with the costs through lease payments that would continue to come in even after the building is paid off.
This initiative will pay dividends far beyond our budget. It will help to address our workforce needs by growing a talent pipeline for INL and related Idaho industries.
That new cyber lab is in addition to the recently announced $1.6 billion facility planned to be built at the INL that's going to help handle spent fuel from the Navy's nuclear ships. Live in the studio tonight, I'm Chris Oswald.
Thanks, Chris. The governor also discussed mental health in his State of the State. He announced a request for more than $10 million to build an adolescent mental health hospital in the Treasure Valley. The governor said that would also cover the cost of remodeling a unit at the State Hospital South in Blackfoot. It's a historic day in Bannock County. Today, for the first time, 3 brand new county commissioners were sworn in and will begin their terms all at the same time. The 3 new commissioners were given the oath of office today by Judge Thomas Clark. The new commissioners are Ken Bullock, representing District 1, Evan Frazier for District 2, and Terrell Tuvey for District 3. The commissioners say one continuing goal is the jail expansion issue. The Portneuf Wellness Complex and relocating the commissioners' chambers are also things they'll be working on. They say it will be a big change, but they're ready.
It's a little bit different without having that institutional knowledge to go forward and be able to pull off of, but it does give us an opportunity to bring in some new ideas and new perspectives that you might not necessarily have with having an existing commissioner there.
There were some returning faces for the county today as well. Stephen Herzog was sworn in for a 2nd term as county prosecutor, and Sheriff Laura Nielsen was sworn in for a 6th term as Bannock County Sheriff. The new Madison County Sheriff was sworn in today, too. Rick Henry took the oath of office. He's replacing Sheriff Roy Klingler. Henry says he's getting settled in before making any major changes. He also says he's grateful for the area community.
Any success I'm having, that I've had, is because of the people that are around me. I haven't done anything, I haven't gotten this far because of anything that I personally have done alone.
The prior sheriff, Roy Klingler, retired after 16 years of service. Soon you're going to have a new way to get on and off Highway 20 near Bear World. Madison County Commissioners are moving forward on a frontage road project. Local News 8's Esme Carriega talked to Commissioner John O. Weber about the plans. Right now you have the option of using the Thornton interchange that was finished last year. Now the city, Idaho Transportation Department are teaming up to build a frontage road. It will be located south on U.S. Route 20, about a half mile, and end at the Thornton interchange.
We're 100% in support of this project. We feel like it will safely move traffic. It will enhance development to the south end of the county, and we're excited about the opportunity that it presents.
Weaver says the project will cost about $2 million and will be paid for out of state funds. Coming up, in less than 2 weeks, President Obama will leave the White House, but before he goes, he will speak one last time from his hometown of Chicago. And First Alert's Michael Coates in next with your detailed forecast. We'll be right back.